Hi guys, I am here to comment on Godwinson. I'm also covered in mosquito bites and I'm boiling hot and it's just generally been rough. I think that they have a personal vendetta against me, the mosquitoes. I think Kiwi Farm sent them to stalk me personally. I mean, they're in my walls. But anyway, Godwinson's been manic posting on Twitter. He changed his PFP twice in the last hour, not that I'm a stalker or anything. And it was originally... Fuck, what was his original PFP? It was something classic of his, right? Then he changed it to like him in black and white doing a salute, and then he changed it to an owl, like a fluffy owl, okay? Then stuff gets funnier. He starts posting like hinting at content. Like he was hinting that he's going to do videos. And he uploads this screenshot of like all of the privated videos that he's made on YouTube. And I was thinking, okay, well, you know, fair enough. At the end of the day, it's like, if he wants to come back and stream, I don't see why the fuck not. But then I noticed one of the titles of the video is Flow Chemicals. And if you guys don't know what Flow Chemical is, it is the name of Joshua Moon's shell company for Kiwi Farms. It's where he launders all his money through. It's where that company distributes. God, it's a rabbit hole. That company essentially is a company owned by Joshua Moon and his friend Vincent Zen. And basically that company is a Chinese company that distributes minerals and possibly illegal substances through Singapore and Asia to Australia and the USA, from what I've seen on business pages, right? This is information from like business records, public business records. So this is like this isn't something I pulled out my ass, right? So Flow Chemical has like a tech side to it, okay? And they are the technical owners of Kiwi Farms' server. So it was me that first exposed Flow Chemical. And everyone else since then has taken credit for exposing Flow Chemical, which is kind of insulting because it was entirely me, and I can prove it was me because I'm the first person that made that first post on Onion Farms. I went by Odysseus. I leaked all of the documents for Flow Chemical. I can log in to that account right now and show you, okay? So it's like, everyone since then has been like, oh, did you know about Flow? And it's like, yeah. So, basically, I'm the one who exposed all the documents. I just didn't take credit for it at the time because that was straight after I was catfished. And I didn't really want credit because I already had enough schizo weirdos on Discord in my walls. So I was like, okay, I don't need Fancy Bear, Vincent Zen, Joshua Moon, and Kiwi Farms after me at that moment in time. So I just put that info out there. Since then, so many people have taken credit, including Liz Fong Jones and the Magistrates Court. This is information that me, as like an idiot fucking immigrant in the UK, found while like fucking drunk and high after being catfished one night, okay? And since then I've had like literal agencies take credit for it, so that's great. Godwinson read that post on Onion Farms by me about Flow Chemical, and he basically, I'm gonna link the posts in the description that I made about Flow Chemical, because this is gonna make a lot more sense if you understand what this company is. Bear in mind, Vincent Zen and Fancy Bear are the same person. I just didn't get around to dropping that bit because I had beef with the whole of Onion Farms before I could. So, just bear that in mind while reading this. Anyway, they're in the description. So, Godwinson, I see one of the videos in his screenshot is called Flow Chemicals, and I know instantly what it's about. And you know what's really funny about that, to me? it's very clear that Godwinson just has a vendetta against Joshua Moon and Kiwi Farms, but doesn't actually do any research. This is what I fucking hate, okay? This is like me going into beef with Jim, but not knowing who Jade is. Like, that is literally, that would be the equivalent. It is not Flow Chemical. Oh, did I just... What did I just do? Snapchat just flashed at me. I was just like, how are you going to read 4 pages of my research that I spent 3 hours telling you about while we were dating, and you still turn around to call the fucking company Flow Chemicals, you fucking dense idiot? And that's also really dumb, because you can get sued for libel, because the Flow Chemicals is a whole separate company that exists in China that has nothing to do with Josh. And getting the name of the company wrong like that, when it's Flow Chemical, Pty Ltd, and calling it Flow Chemicals, that's just proof that you don't know anything beyond surface level research. If you're going to go at people like Josh Moon, you better have their fucking documents, you better have their signatures, you better have their fucking embarrassing deviant art writing entries. You're going to have all of that stuff, right? You can't go at people with like buzzwords that you get wrong. Like, you have to have your facts straight. This is why, I mean, okay, if you look at Spraiteheader, the reason why Sprate thinks he's so successful is because he thinks that he is harming people by just telling the truth, which he isn't actually doing, but I understand his logic, if you get what I'm saying. He's got the right idea, it's just that he gets everything wrong. So he's harming people with defamation, which is an entirely different thing than holding up a mirror in front of people. But I mean, Godwinson comes back and he starts replying to all these different accounts that I've never seen in my life, right? There are names that I've never seen. I mean, honestly, wouldn't be shocked if they were his alts, because it seems like he's answering questions he wanted to answer. You know, that he wanted to be asked. So he starts suddenly replying to all these accounts I've never seen. No one's ever seen these accounts before. Also, sorry about the crack in my wall. Fun fact, I'm very paranoid about black mold. So I was ripping open my wallpaper to check that I didn't have black mold again, because that seems to happen where I am, because I'm in a moist area. So whatever I do with my house, whatever I fucking do, I have this issue, and it's only upstairs. That's the other thing. It's like that. Well, downstairs everything is marble, so that it can't really get moldy. But upstairs I'm cooked. Anyway. So he's been replying to all these accounts that I've never seen before. These are not regular sector commenters, right? You know when you see, like, you know, the names that you're used to seeing? Like Sar Scallywag, Phantom, Hujan, Dr. Fart's team. So he's replying to these people I haven't seen before that are not any of the people I just said. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Where did they spawn from? So someone actually asked him what happened to Elaine, and he said she became Kiwi Farms. Godwinson, everything I did to you was stuff that you advocated for doing. In fact, you said to me, and I quote, "When I get bored of my friends, I just snake them because it makes things more interesting." There's a lot of things I'm guilty of, but being disloyal is absolutely not one of them. Apart from to people that are disloyal. And he also said that he was going to destroy Brian's life to me, IRL. And that he was going to destroy everything he has. Now look, you don't have to be a fan of the guy to know that that's life ruination tactics, right? I am not saying I'm anti-life ruination tactics. At the end of the day, Claire Bear's social security number is all over the internet. And Strawberry Douche probably has PTSD. Look, I am not anti that. But I'm anti-pretending that that's not what you're doing, right? Like, I am anti-Spraiteheader, pretending he's not trying to ruin people's lives by linking anyone who goes to their accounts with their Fred, which is cow tipping, and emailing and messaging people that they know personally. That is life ruination. I am not anti that, but I am anti you saying that you have the moral high ground here, because you fucking don't. So everything I did to you, Godwinson, was literally what you did to other people, and you bragged to me about doing. If you want the true reason why I believed you deserved to be snaked, because you made snaking your friends your only personality trait for years. You snaked PPP, you snaked Warski, you snaked Joshua Moon, you snaked Ralph, you snaked Coach. And then, then you have the guts today to turn around and post Ralph is a king, or the crown emoji or whatever. You're only saying that because you know without Ralph, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on over here. Because without, like, you know, when you've pissed off the Kino Casino, even Ralph and me, and Joshua Moon, who the fuck else do you have to be on your team in the sector? So no shit you're calling back to Ralph being like, Ralph's the king. He wasn't a king when you were out there, like, posting all this shit about him. Like, it's so fake. It's so disingenuous. You think we don't know what you're doing. This is, like, even worse than Josh pretending he's a feminist. It's such bullshit. We can all see you're lying. We can all see you're trying to spin a narrative. We can all see you're trying to get certain people on your side. Okay, with him it's Tufts. With you it's Ralph and Ralph's supporters. Like, we all know what you're doing, right? Like, it's not smart. We all know what you're doing. And then you're posting stuff saying, like, the thing that I can't stand from people in the sector is this idea that people are above it all and untouchable. Because there is not a single person in this community that hasn't had a fuck up, okay? Everyone has had a fuck up. Warski and the diapers and abortion, PPP being massively overweight and having, like, all them addiction issues, as well as Warski having that. Ralph's had relationship problems. I've had the whole catfishing thing, and Joshua Moon had the whole Blockland arc thing. So everyone has a thing, okay? Everyone's been there. Don't pretend that you haven't. You've been made fun of on the internet too, I mean, by me. So don't sit and pretend that you know, oh, I am unable to be made fun of, right? Like, here's the thing, Godwinson. You are attractive. But the problem is, you do this bitch-made shit, like untagging yourselves from people's tweets and stuff. Bro, why are you playing like a Metica supporter? Like, that's the kind of shit that gym fans do. You call Jim gay and suddenly you're untagged from everything. Suddenly you have like a million bots being like, #SweetieSquad, right? So why are you moving gay? Why are you moving so like pussy? Like, if you want content and you want the real Kino dogmate, as you say, then don't be a bitch. Go off the gym with the rest of us. Because, like, you know, if he's not gonna shove off by himself, you know, we might as well do it. But, like, if you wanna, you know, schizo out on Twitter. So, look, I mean, people make fun of me all the time. I don't really give a shit, because you know how people can get used to, like, they take things for granted, right? It works the other way, right, as well. So after a certain period of time being insulted, you know, there's no way that, you know, people like... Warski's not going to get mad when you call him a cokehead, right? Joshua Moon isn't going to get mad when you call him fat. Because they hear it all day, every day. When people make fun of me, when people troll me, when people make accounts, when people post my thread, I don't really give a fuck. I made it very clear that the only things I have a problem with are defamation and sexual harassment, okay? My recent issue with Josh was that, and also misogyny. I have a big issue with misogyny because I think that, like, the reason I have a problem with misogyny in the sector is usually it translates to sexual harassment and exploitation. For example, Josh goes on stream and he says stuff like she's a low IQ skeleton whore, despite the fact that I'm, like, basically phobic of sex. And then I have people that provokes people to post, like, revenge pornography of me. So this is my issue with it, is that he essentially wants to put a target on my back for misogyny and sexual harassment and possibly even assault. How am I supposed to have that person's back when everything he does is to humiliate, degrade, and, like, harass me as a woman? Or get his website to, more precisely. So, I mean, it's also bitch made. Because if he wants to go at me, he can fucking call in to my stream. I don't just have a Discord server, I have a Telegram. He could call in and, like, have it out. Because at the end of the day, right, if he's really that worried about associating with me or talking about me, he already fucked up when he featured my fucking thread and when he spoke about me on Matty. You mean you're halfway there? You might as well at least just have IBS. But with Godwinson, it's a very similar thing. You're saying all this shit about people, about Jim. Do something. Don't untag yourself from my olive branch offering to take down Jim with the rest of us. Because let me fucking assure you, be bitch made like that and Ralph is definitely not going to think you're a king bag. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for watching. I just thought I'd comment because I love to see the BPD posting from a man. See, and it's women that are BPD in the sector. Take one look at Godwinson's, like, posts and tell me that he's not BPD. Men are so much more BPD than women, and we get it, we hear it all the time. We hear this, like, gay little narrative from, like, incels being like, women are so BPD. Just fucking look at the bull